What is going on, Shib Army? What a whirlwind of news, of cycles, of everything we've had in the last couple of days with the announcement of Shibarium, with BitBoy Crypto, who I don't like meme coins, is suddenly wearing a Shib shirt because, he doesn't really care. He has no moral compass. He just does whatever gains him views, right? That's how this works. At least I admit it, right? So we're going to talk about the price action. We're going to talk about, is Sam Bankman-Fried actually Ryoshi? No, but we're going to talk about some of the quote unquote evidence. We're going to look at Shibarium, and then we're going to look at Shitoshi and what comments have been made, and we're going to figure out what is going on. Let's get into it right now. So here we go. Here's the price action. Now, I'm not concerned. I am concerned, by the way, by the price dipping. Obviously, anybody should, but we're still looking and channeling inside of this little red range right here. And until we really break out and mint some 4-hour candles outside and to the bottom, then I want to say that we're still in this little zone where we'll probably or potentially could continue to move back to the upside until we have a breakdown. And I do have to stress, Ethereum has now broken down and minted a few candles outside of their box. So it is entirely possible that we are next. But at this moment, there is no move. Now, that also includes that Luna Classic and all of the Cosmos stuff is starting to pump just a little bit. And that usually indicates that the rest of the market is dumping. So that does happen. So we're going to pay attention to that. And what are we looking at right now? Well, what we're looking at right now is we're looking at the FOMO and a little bit of a buildup, and that's causing a lot of movement to Bone. And Bone is on something of a bit of a pump. It has not set the world on fire, by the way, but it has pumped a little bit. And it has kind of taken some of the shine off of Shib for a few days. Now, how does this play out in my estimation? Well, I think a lot of money moved over to Bone because they wanted to chase a pump, because that's what investors do. But as soon as Bone is released, there's going to be a dump over there, and then you're going to start to see the money come back into Shib, because gas is using Bone, but burns are all Shib in this ecosystem. And any day now, we're going to see that Shibarium beta launch. We're just waiting on the announcement. So let's talk price action. Now let's talk about volume. 383 million volume, picked up by 15% in the last 24 hours. So you can see that the trading has taken place at a higher capacity, but market share has gone down just a little bit, down 3.2% in the market cap overall, just below 6 billion. Now, we then have our article here. A hidden connection uncovered is SBF's Ryoshi, the creator of Shiba Inu. Now, here's what happened. Connor Grogan, who is a director over at Coinbase, did find some information about a wallet owned by Ryoshi that was labeled Alameda. Now, here's the thing. It's not Alameda. It was Alameda. It doesn't mean anything. It did end up interacting with some NFTs with some Sam Bankman-Fried influences over the course of September of 2020. And it does have one of the SBF legendary line. Does that mean that it's SBF? No, it doesn't. In fact, it does mean most probably that it is somebody associated with Alameda, but is it Sam Bankman-Fried? We can't say that with any level of certainty. And he is not the type of person to keep secrets for himself or anything like that. So I don't imagine that, this guy's had verbal diarrhea on Twitter for months. I don't think that if he was Ryoshi, that he would have said it right away. Somebody else is Ryoshi at this point. But hey, BitBoy, you got a few minutes. You know what I mean? But let's move on here now. We did see that, and that did affect a little bit in the market because there is some coincidence here. So again, I do say this is somebody from Alameda. It's just not Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, the big news, though, is that Shibarium public beta will be launching this week. So we'll see that very soon. We'll have some more details and some more information as it becomes available. Make sure you're following all of the socials for the Shibarium technology, especially at Shibarium Tech, because information will be released as is needed for this launch. And then finally over here, I think it's important to point out this because Shytoshi's been kind of under fire for a couple of days now, because anytime he ends up following somebody, anytime he ends up doing something, it means something to the market, and the market tends to react. And these secondary tokens or tertiary tokens are starting to use that fact because he follows interested projects for Shibarium, and then they say, oh, we're endorsed by him. So he's also had to back off and say, look, I'm not endorsing anything. But this statement says volumes. I said this earlier, but let me repeat. Ignore all FUD. Look at who originates the FUD. Any competitive products, they may be responsible for creating, timing of FUD, and who gains from said FUD. Then do your own research. My guess is true because I said it is, doesn't mean it's actually true. Now, it's very simple. If you look at all of this, then you see somebody from Dogecoin fudding Shib, you know that it's because they want those investors. They want you, the investor, to come over to them. So ignore this stuff. And if you've trusted this process, and if you trust this process, then trust the process. Ignore all of the things around you that are leading you to second guess your decision. Did you make the right decision? Always question your decisions. I'm not telling you not to question your decisions. You're in charge of your decisions. Now, if you've made a decision that Shib is the right thing for you, follow that. And if you've decided differently, follow that too. It's okay for you to not be here when the next big move comes, because that next big move will take some effort, it will take some time, and it will take everybody working together to burn supply and to create more enthusiasm to turn this market around. Because when this market does turn around, Shiba Inu will be at the forefront of the return of retail investors. Folks, you're staring at your bag, you're looking at a $6 billion market cap, and you're wondering when it's going to happen. And it'll happen when it happens. But when it does happen, don't forget, Shib had a $50 billion market cap at one point. That's about 9x from where we are right now. And if you don't think that that's going to happen again with all the utility that there now is, then you're kidding yourself. Or you're looking around and you're saying, well, maybe I can get 12x on something else. And you know what? Maybe you can. Maybe holding Shib is not for you. And if it's not, we'll see on the next round. But if it is, ignore it all. Trust in the process. And we'll see you at the finish line. It's not financial advice. My name is Believes. I am always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified of future content. And we will talk to you again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to